Who was the wife of Cain? How could he have married if Adam and Eve were the first humans? Could it have been his sister? And if humanity had only just begun, who else could have existed? These are questions that the Bible does not answer directly, but hidden in Scripture and in history are clues that reveal the forgotten daughters of Adam and Eve, the women whose names were never recorded, yet whose lives were essential for humanity to survive. Cain, the first murderer in history, had killed his brother Abel, Genesis 4 verse 8, and was exiled by God. Alone in the land of Nod, he found a wife, bore children, and became the ancestor of generations. But who was she? And how did God's plan continue through these unnamed women? Today, we uncover the hidden truths behind Cain's mysterious wife, the daughters of Adam and Eve lost to history, and the beginning of human civilization. Stay with us until the end. You'll see how God used ordinary, even forgotten people to fulfill extraordinary purposes. Welcome to Bible Stories, where we uncover the hidden truths of the Bible. If you love discovering secrets from Scripture, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. The world had barely begun, and already, tragedy had entered it. Cain and Abel brought their offerings to God. Abel's was accepted. Cain's was not. God warned him, "Sin is crouching at the door, but you must rule over it." Instead, Cain opened the door. He led Abel into the field and killed him, Genesis 4 verse 8. The first human death caused by human hands. God confronted him.
"Where is Abel your brother?"
Cain replied, "Am I my brother's keeper?" Judgment followed. The ground would resist him. He would live as a wanderer. His life would carry the weight of guilt. Yet even in judgment, God showed mercy. Whoever kills Cain will suffer vengeance sevenfold. Cain left the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Then Scripture adds an unexpected line. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived. Genesis 4 verse 17. And suddenly, the question rises. Who was this woman? If Adam and Eve were the first human beings, where did Cain find a wife? Was she a sister, a close relative, or someone beyond Eden entirely? To answer, we must look at one of the most overlooked realities in Genesis. The forgotten daughters of Adam and Eve. The quiet expansion of early humanity. And the unseen people God still used to move his plan forward. Stay with me, because this mystery doesn't just solve a biblical question. It reveals how God works through people the world never remembers, and why that still matters for us today. People ask, if Adam and Eve had only Cain and Abel, where did the wife come from? Did God create more people outside Eden? Did Cain marry his sister? These questions are honest, and millions of believers wrestle with them. To answer, we must slow down, read carefully, and understand how ancient history is written. The Bible doesn't list every person born. It only records the names necessary to follow the story. And that's where we begin. Theory 1. Cain married his sister. This is the most supported view. Genesis 5 verse 4 says, Adam had other sons and daughters. Meaning, Adam and Eve had many children. The Bible simply didn't name most of them. Why? Because Scripture is not a modern history book. It follows the line of redemption, the family through whom God would work. Biblically, the simplest, strongest answer is this. Cain most likely married one of Adam's daughters, or grandchildren. Why that makes sense? Humanity had one genetic beginning. There was no law against close marriage yet. The command was to multiply. Genetic corruption and disease had not yet developed. Close relative marriage became forbidden much later. Leviticus 18. Long after sin and genetic weakness had spread. Early Jewish and Christian teachers said the same. Josephus, Saint Augustine, Thomas Aquinas, all taught that early sibling marriage was necessary for humanity to grow. To ancient readers, this wasn't shocking. It was logical. But there are other theories people talk about. Theory 2. Other humans existed outside Eden. Some suggest God created more humans outside the garden. Their reasons. Cain feared being killed by others. Genesis 4 verse 14. Cain built a city. Genesis 4 verse 17. Cities need people. So they argue Cain married a woman from outside Adam's family. Interesting. Yes. But Scripture gives no clear statement that God created separate human groups. And the New Testament says, "From one man God made every nation." Acts 17 verse 26. That is strong. This theory remains speculation. Interesting, but weak biblically. Still, we discuss it honestly so viewers understand the conversation. Theory 3. Cain married a granddaughter. Here's another realistic scenario. Adam lived 930 years, Genesis 5 verse 5. Families multiplied fast. Cain may have married a niece or a granddaughter of Adam and Eve. The name of Cain's wife, Jewish tradition, calls her Awan. Outside the Bible, one of the oldest Jewish writings is the Book of Jubilees. It isn't scripture, but it preserves early Jewish tradition. In Jubilees 4:1-9, Cain's wife is named Awan or Avan. This tradition teaches she was a daughter of Adam and Eve, a Cain's sister, and the mother of his son, Enoch. This fits with Genesis 5 verse 4. Adam had sons and daughters. In the earliest generations, humanity grew from one family, before marriage laws were later introduced. Islamic historical traditions. Later Islamic scholars preserved different names. Some traditions call Cain's wife Aklima or Aklima. Others mention Lulyawa. These names do not appear in the Quran, they come from historical commentary. Different cultures preserved different names, but they all share one conclusion. Cain married a woman from Adam's family. So what was her real name? Here is the truth. The Bible does not name her. Jewish tradition calls her Awan. Islamic tradition suggests Aklima or Lulyawa. Scripture stays silent, deliberately. Genesis is focused on something greater than names. A humanity's fall, the consequences of sin, and God's unfolding plan of redemption. Her anonymity reminds us of something powerful. History often remembers leaders, but God still works through those who remain unseen. Without Cain's wife, there would be no Enoch, no cities, no early civilization. Her role mattered, even without her name recorded. Cain's descendants. Genesis 4 traces Cain's lineage. Enoch, Irad, Mehujael, Methuselah, and Lamech. From this line came a early city building, a musical instruments, a metalworking and craftsmanship. Human culture developed, even through a broken family history. But this was not the line God chose to continue his promise. That continued through Seth, born later to Adam and Eve.
What her story teaches is this. The woman known in tradition as Awan, or Aklima, or simply Cain's wife, lived quietly in the background of history. Yet through her, generations arose. Her life shows us, God often works through people the world never celebrates. Unseen obedience still shapes the future. Significance is not measured by whether history records your name. Nothing in God's plan is accidental. And that every life matters. Spiritual lessons. Lesson 1. God reveals what we need, not every detail. The Bible isn't silent because it is confused. It is silent because God chose focus. Lesson 2. God still works through broken people. Cain sinned terribly. Yet life continued. God's plan was never destroyed. Lesson 3. The unseen matter to God. The daughters were not recorded. Yet they carried the future. Just like many unseen people today. Mothers, fathers, teachers, caregivers, servants of God. He sees everything done in faith. Sometimes we feel like the unnamed daughters. Hidden. Unnoticed. Uncelebrated. But God uses ordinary lives to shape history. He sees the prayer no one hears. The sacrifice nobody thanks you for. The faithfulness that never trends online. The story of Cain's wife reminds us. God's plan is bigger than our visibility. So, who was Cain's wife? Most likely, a daughter or descendant of Adam and Eve. Biblically, historically, and logically. This fits best. Other ideas exist. But Scripture most clearly supports one human family. From their children came cities, music, craftsmanship, generations, nations, and God guided history. Even through mystery, silence, and imperfection. If this opened your eyes, don't click away yet. Like the video, share it and subscribe for more deep Bible explorations.